Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, we're going to talk about a big subject and announcement in the watch community, and that is Hodinkee, their future, and are they dying or did they finally listen to us? All that and more in today's episode. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today, I'm wearing my Creedor GMT calendar. Absolutely love this watch on a bracelet. This is from, I believe, the late 90s. I found it in Japan. I picked it up for myself. Absolutely loving it. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. A bunch of new watches in stock, including a Breguet Type 20 Transatlantique, that's the date version, with box and service papers and the original bracelet. What an undervalued piece this is. We also got a vintage Audemars Piguet Tonneau, a classic dress watch with a little bit of an oddball shape that has a little bit more personality than just the round ones. This is a great way to get that AP quality and high horology for a fraction of the price. And for you rough and tumble collectors, we got a Tudor Pelagos FXD. This is the Pelagos with the NATO strap, fully titanium body, impossible to kill this watch, and it's one of the ultimate sports watches out there. All that and way more at delraywatch.com, the best place for a watch geek to buy a watch. Link in the description below. So anyway, guys, couple seconds ago, literally, or minutes rather, I was on Hodinkee.com and I saw an announcement from Ben Clymer, the founder of Hodinkee, who kind of sold the company. Now, I'm going to spare you guys on what Hodinkee is, because if you don't know what Hodinkee is, then what are you doing watching this channel? It's one of the biggest blogs, the biggest blog in the watch community. And you guys know the transformation Hodinkee's gone from purely editorial to Ben selling it, to then Hodinkee buying Crown & Caliber, becoming a watch retailer, then LVMH investing in Hodinkee, Hodinkee doing a lot of other content instead of just watches, a lot of fashion, and then making a lot of limited edition new watches and becoming an authorized dealer. Hodinkee has transformed massively in the past few years, and most would say, not for the better. And they're getting a lot of shit for it, and they've been getting a lot of shit for it. I think, personally, deservedly so, because I've given them shit in the past. And the reason I have is because I used to adore Hodinkee. I mean, it used to be like one of the websites I visited multiple times a day. The quality of their editorial content was next to none. So there was an announcement made today by Ben, who I think still consults with Hodinkee, writes with them, but he no longer owns it, saying that they're aware of all the shit they've gotten, a few years too late, Ben, in my opinion, and that Hodinkee is going to be reverting back to its old style. So as of today, they're adding no more new pre-owned watches, which I guess is a good thing for me as the owner of Delray Watch, less competition, but let's be honest, Hodinkee sucked at selling watches. Awful customer service when you could get a hold of them, trade values calculated by algorithms. I'm not saying anything anybody doesn't already know, but they were terrible at it. Okay, so that's one thing. They're no longer selling watches. They're no longer going to be, or no longer selling watches for the moment. They're no longer going to be collaborating to make modern limited editions for the moment. When they first did this, it was very sparingly. They sold out in seconds. But then they got limited edition happy, almost like they took a page out of Omega's book, and all of a sudden a limited edition would come out every couple months, and by the end of it, they weren't even selling out anymore. I mean, nobody wanted these with a 10-foot pole. A, because they were very common, and B, because of Hodinkee's declining reputation. So I think that is definitely a good thing. And Ben also mentioned they're going to be focusing on their editorial content and growing their editorial team. Now, what do I think? I think this is excellent. I think this is fantastic. I think it's necessary. They were unprofitable with their watch business, in my opinion, and they're going back to their roots. My only question, is it too late? I don't necessarily think so. Hodinkee's a big enough name, and if they get the right people, then they can certainly revive the reason why everybody loved them so much, myself included. Now, they're going to be focusing on the content. I also think they should go back to their roots. I mean, a lot of this fashion-forward content, while not awful, I just don't think made a lot of sense. And the fact that they're no longer selling watches and creating limited editions, meaning they can focus their resources on one place and maybe make some more organic, non-biased content. So I do think this is overall a good thing. My only question is, and there was no details about this on the post, they're getting rid of revenue streams, right? Maybe they weren't profitable, but they're getting rid of revenue streams. So is Hodinkee going to do mass layoffs? Where's Hodinkee's money going to come from in the future? Are they be doing more sponsored content? Which, you know, I don't blame someone for making money. You need to make money to do your job and provide the service. But, you know, more sponsored content I don't necessarily think is a good thing. It'll affect the quality of the editorial. Are they going to be doing more advertising? Maybe clicks through web banners? I don't know. I do know the good news is they said they're going to be focusing more on their content and going back to the old Hodinkee. 2 thumbs up, even though it took way too long. The writing was on the wall with that one. But my question is, are they going to fire everybody? How are they going to pay for the new writers? Are they going back to a bare bones team? When Ben owned it, it was his baby. As a business owner, you don't necessarily need to take a paycheck all the time if you're having a few bad months, or you keep the team small and you keep costs down. But Hodinkee is a huge team now, so are they going to shrink that team? How are they going to get their income? You know, they're no longer selling watches, no longer making limited editions. Are they going to take paid? You know, is it going to be like advertorial content? Are they going to do web banners? Are they going to offer consulting services? I don't know, but that's the next big question for me. I do wish the best for Hodinkee because honestly, they were awesome. They were fantastic, and I just think they lost their way. But I'm very interested to see where this story is going to go. Let me know, guys, in the comment section of what you think of this announcement and what you think they should do, and more importantly, how are they going to stay afloat, and where is the revenue going to come from? Anyway, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Really does help. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content, and of course, I will catch you in the next one. Take care.